Well, hi y'all out there in Laughter Land. I got a little story I want to tell you. I have a friend here sitting with me. She told me that if I got her on the video, she'd hit me. So I decided you can hear her laughing, but I'm not supposed to let you see her. You know how that is. Some ladies would just rather you didn't show them on the TV. Anyway, we were in the kitchen today, and I had some shells left over from some nuts that I ate. And I know a lot of things. I know a whole lot of things. I know so many things that it makes my brain hurt. And anytime I get a chance to share some of that, my experience has been some people really would rather I didn't share it. So I have learned to shut up unless someone asks me. I just got through learning that a couple of years ago. And most people still turn around and walk away. But yeah. But that's okay. So anyhow, she said, I would like to know something. I said, what would you like to know? And she says, do you know how this nut got its name? I said, no, I know how every single nut that has ever been produced that we eat has been made. I know the history for it because when I was a little boy, I was about 4 years old, and I got curious, so I started studying that. And I learned about every single nut. And there's a story behind the way that every single nut that you eat has been named. So this is a story, and she asked me to share it with her, so I did. And I thought maybe you'd be interested. So anyway, this particular nut was created by a hybrid nut farmer, and he just loved mixing nuts together and finding out what kind of nut he was going to get next. It was one of his favorite things, and he made a lot of money creating new nuts. Well, this was the story of one of the nuts that he created. He had a nut farm, and he had nuts everywhere. And he had this nut over here, nuts over there, and he'd take them together and put them together and make a whole new nut. Okay, so his name, if I remember right, his first name, what was it? Oh, his first name was Stachio, and his second name was kind of like Pinocchio or something. No, it wasn't Pinocchio. It was his second name was Pinocchio. Pinocchio, that's what it was. Stachio Pinocchio. He's an Italian guy, and some people like to grow grapes. He liked growing nuts. What can you say? So anyhow, he was hybriding nuts like a crazy fella, and and he came up with this new nut. He was out in the field. He'd been working on it, and he went out early in the morning, and he watched it develop, and he thought maybe this morning would be the day that the full nut would be able to be picked, and he'd find out what kind of nut he made. And so he picked the nuts off there, and he opened one up, and he tasted, oh my gosh, it's the best nut he'd ever eaten in his life. He goes, I can't believe this is a really good nut. And so he got so excited he lost control, and he started running. He ran out of the field into his house. He ran right through the door screaming and yelling. His wife's sitting in a rocking chair knitting. They used to do that, they used to sit women sat in rocking chairs, and they knitted in the past. It's amazing. But anyhow, she was sitting there knitting, and he was so excited. She goes, looks at him, what the heck is wrong with you? And he runs in the house, and he bumps into the end table, and he knocks their favorite lamp over. It breaks into 100 pieces. And she looks at him, and she says, I'm Pistachio. And that nut has been called a pistachio ever since. And that's the story of how the pistachio nut got its name. And that's the truth. Now, if you believe that, I am selling some oceanfront property in Arizona I'd like to talk to you about, and I've got it on dirt cheap prices. You can pick it up and for practically nothing. I'm telling you, you just give me a holler, and we'll get the paperwork going. So God bless you all, and have a great day. And remember, whenever you think of pistachio, don't be so upset when your wife is mad at you, okay? Thanks. Have a great day.